Matt, and Bill. Bill. There we go. Tim's
Hey
out
guys.
sick today, but me and Bill got some football to talk about. I think we there's a couple of big games today that we're going to discuss. Discuss the games from last week and talk about the coaching changes that happened this past week because there was quite a few. So
Yeah.
let's start. Let's start off, Bill, discussing the games from last week. I guess everything kind of went the way most of us thought it would go. Aside from the Rams, I knew the Rams were going to beat the
Yeah.
Bears. I knew it. Patriots beat the Texans. Broncos beat the Bills. That was a rough one. I thought the Bills should
Yeah.
have had that one. And
Yeah.
then the Seahawks beat the 49ers. Wow.
Yes, they did. They beat them
They,
by a lot.
a lot.
We were
Any
very happy.
comments?
Yeah.
You're,
So, look, I think the Seahawks showed they have the best defense in the NFL,
yes.
and Sam Darnold did just enough, and they ran the ball great. And I think that ultimately, um, it set up the matchup that probably people wanted,
Yes.
which is Rams versus Seahawks one more time.
Yeah. 'Cause we had
I
two
was super disappointed that the Bears couldn't pull it out. That throw that Williams made,
amazing.
wow. Just wow.
Amazing.
Just wow.
Like you don't see that kind of stuff. And I mean it's funny because I was on Facebook and I used to play this football game on the original Nintendo called Super Tecmo
Tecmo
Bowl.
Bowl.
And
Yeah,
you used,
yeah.
you used to do that to get your stats up. You run your quarterback backwards and then
Yep.
fire the ball the length of the field. And someone's like, I remember where I saw this before, and it shows the video of the Tecmo Bowl.
Tecmo Bowl. I love
Yeah,
that.
that was a crazy throw. I think the Bears played great. When they came out in overtime, they were marching down the field very surgically, and then that interception, it took the
Yeah.
wind out of their sails.
It killed him.
Yeah, and that's all Stafford needed. He just needed a foot in the door. So, Broncos got bad news at the end of their game. They won in overtime against the Bills,
Unreal.
and
Breaks
Bo
his
Nix.
ankle on essentially a kneel down.
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Like, wow.
he tweaked it 2 plays before, and then he
Yeah.
does the kneel down and rolled it kind of weird, and I think that's when it finished it off. And that was just unfortunate for him. He's had such a good year. He's fought so hard with that team.
Yeah.
Now, Jared Stidham's coming in. He's going to be the replacement quarterback. Hasn't
Yeah.
thrown a pass yet this year.
After failed attempts by an orange van trying to kidnap Philip Rivers in Indianapolis, bring him in, Jarrett Stidham will be the quarterback for the Broncos this week. That's correct.
Yeah. So, and I think one of the things that Stidham said at the beginning of the year was that he felt that he was capable of being a starter in the league. Peyton's actually backed that up a few times, saying that he could be a starter on,
Yeah.
a dozen different teams in the league, which I don't disagree with. I think Stidham's a perfectly serviceable quarterback, but he's not going to have the dynamics that Bo Nix has.
I don't think he will, but he's playing with house money too, right?
Yes.
So there could be a certain, kind of freedom in that. And so hopefully he just lets it rip.
Yeah.
Like,
Go play
do
ball.
whatever. Nobody expects you to win. So go win the football game.
Now, let's go on the other side of that game and talk about the Patriots because they're firing on all cylinders. I mean,
They
they
are.
took the Texans to task. C.J. Stroud looked very lost out there. The defense,
Poor CJ.
the scheming of the defense, especially the stunting along the defensive line for the Patriots, has been pretty spectacular. I noticed it in the Chargers game. You didn't see that in the regular season with the Patriots, but they've taken it to another level, and they're coming out of places that you don't expect them really fast. So I think, what are your thoughts on the Patriots?
Uh, Look, they keep winning football games.
Yep.
I don't think Drake May played exceptionally well down the stretch and last week, but like Sam Darnold, he did enough,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that defense is really good, like you said. If Bo Nix was in this game, I would be leaning towards the Broncos,
Yeah.
just because I think they can run the football a little better. But now I mean it's you've got to go with the Patriots in this game.
Yeah. I think so.
Vrabel, we've talked about this for weeks, right? Vrabel is on a heater. He's got those guys all rowing the boat in the right direction,
Yeah.
and that's what you need this time of year.
You see a lot online about how he's a player's coach. And I think that's one of the things he does is he gets into the players' heads that he's there for them. And he is, not just gets in their heads, but he's there for them. He makes them feel very welcome and very appreciated and very necessary. And that makes somebody step up a bit more for you. And I think he's getting more out of these players than any other coach probably could have at this point. So
Yeah, but I'll say a lot of times the term players coach is a euphemism for I'm easy on the players.
yes.
And that's not Vrabel.
No.
Like you see this team is disciplined. They're structured. They don't make mental mistakes. And a lot of times I think a guy that can relate to players yet get them in that disciplined approach, that's a unique combination.
Yeah, I agree. Right on. And now let's talk about the flip side of the Seahawks game. The
Yes.
powerhouse that is the LA Rams.
Yeah. So first of all, it's a little chilly up here today.
Yes. Yes.
That is not going to be it's not quite the same as it was in Chicago, but it's certainly not balmy SoFi.
Yep.
There isn't a lot of wind, though. But they'll be playing into the evening. It'll be, in the 30s for a high. It'll get maybe into the upper 20s by the time the game gets to the fourth quarter. So, that's going to impact the Rams a little differently than it will the Seahawks. No
Yep.
rain, so that's good.
Yeah.
Look, I think the Seahawks defense is playing as good as any defense can play.
Yeah.
And they're as healthy as anybody right now, maybe even healthier on defense.
Well, and then you take a look at
the challenge is going to be, are they healthy enough on offense? Losing Charbonnet last week was a huge blow.
Yes.
Cam Akers, former LA Rams running back Cam Akers, is going to see some time for the Seahawks today.
Oh, really?
As well as George Holani. They're going to split that Charbonnet role.
Yeah.
And really, it's just, can you get K9 going?
Yeah. I mean, and that's Charbonnet was a big part of the win by Seattle over the Rams in December there.
Yep.
I don't think he was in the other game though. I think I don't remember, but I think one of the two
he was
of them
out for the first game.
For the first game, and that played into the Rams' favor. I think Charbonnet, Walker, K9 didn't have as much luck against him. But you look at the big thing that I look at here is you look at the two star players on either the star player on either team, and that's Puka Nacua and JSN, Jackson Smith-Njigba. I mean, they're Puka played one less game, but had 10 more catches and 80 less yards. Right? Like they're carbon copies. They both scored 10 touchdowns.
Literally parallel.
Yeah. And I think whatever one of them can take the game into their own hands. Either one of them can.
Yeah.
And it's going to be shutting them down. Now, the flip side of that is the Rams have Devontae Adams as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I like A.J. Barner over on the Seahawks side.
The Seahawks side, yep.
They got Cooper Kupp. And Cooper Kupp could take over a game pretty quickly. He hasn't this year. He's had some flashes of his brilliance, but Cooper Kupp can take over a game. So if he's
the difference with a JSN and then having Cooper Kupp is you don't need Cooper Kupp to catch 10, 15 balls.
No.
You need him to catch the 5 right balls.
Yeah.
And I think he's totally capable of that. And I do think that that's something that I'll be watching carefully today.
Yeah, and I think that's the thing is you spend all your time looking at JSN, and somebody like Kupp can come burn you from behind.
Or Barner.
Barner,
Barner definitely can get down the field.
Yeah.
The other thing that I think is underrated is Walker can catch a pass out of the backfield too.
Yes.
And I would not be surprised if the Seahawks line can hold early, right? Then trying to run some of that play action with K9 out of the backfield on the same side that Barner is, or where they've got that kind of loaded, heavy set with 2 tight ends on one side. I think that's going to be an interesting. Rams can be kind of susceptible to that.
Yeah.
So again, if I'm Kubiak, I'm trying to attack some of that hard forward push and the stunting that the Rams do with some of that play action out to the sides to Barner, to Kupp, to K9, or Akers. Akers was a decent pass catcher too. So.
Yes, Akers does catch well in the backfield. I think underrated or overlooked is the difference that Rashid Shaheed has made to the team since coming in the trade deadline.
What a pickup.
Yeah, that was a smart pickup. Yeah, he's got the speed. He can open up the field nicely. He can spread the defenses. But his kick returning has been phenomenal. Yeah. And I mean,
Dude,
did he
I don't think the Rams kicked to him once today. If they're smart, they don't kick to him at all.
No, anywhere but to him. Because he opened up with a touchdown last week. Like he started the game running it back 95 yards. So, I mean, you don't want him touching the ball.
He's another threat at receiver, right? I mean, and you can kind of slash him a little bit. You can do some jet sweeps. You can even line him up in the backfield. Yeah. Right? So I think with Charbonnet out, you're going to hopefully see some creativity with him.
Yeah. And I think that's a big thing with him is that he's not going to be that JSN or that Puka Nacua, but you do still have to account for him. And that's the biggest part. On the flip side, you go the other direction, you got the Rams, and they've got that Whittington. I'll get this right. Give me a second here. Mumpfield. You got Whittington and Mumpfield. Mumpfield's the one I'm thinking of. And he's the guy that, you're going to double team Devontae and Puka because you have to, and then you got him. But they're running a lot of 3 tight end sets, and they got all 3 of their tight ends are healthy. They got the rookie Ferguson, Parkinson, and then Tyler Higbee, Terrence Ferguson, not Tyler Ferguson, Terrence Ferguson, who's healthy. So they're going to run a lot of 3 tight end sets to try and get Kyron Williams, and then you got Blake Corum.
I think they're going to try to run the ball down the Seahawks' throat to start.
Yeah,
I don't see Stafford coming out slinging it all over the place. They want to control the ball and tire out the Seahawks defense as much as they can in the first half.
Yeah, I agree. And then on defense, you got Big Poona Ford in the middle. The guy's playing lights out right now.
Yeah, I was a little sad that the Seahawks let him go few years ago. That guy is a run-stopping machine,
Yeah.
and he's underrated as a pass rusher that may not get to the quarterback, but disrupts enough that causes problems, right?
Yes. Yeah. And I mean that's really his role, is to blow things up and not give them a chance to run their play as they want to. Not so much even just the sacks, but just to tear things up a bit. So
Yeah, and then
all right.
I think the last thing to talk about with the Seahawks really quickly is Darnold is still nursing, dealing, whatever you want to call it, with that oblique injury.
Yes.
According to the latest this morning, he is going to take a shot to help with it.
Oh, okay.
He had some limited throwing in practice this week. Him and Drew Lock split
Right.
the first team reps. And it looks like, Darnold will not be out early this morning or early before the game throwing. He's going to throw inside like he did last week, kind of a structured, limited kind of thing to keep his oblique as healthy as they can. Right. So the fact that this has gone on a couple of weeks, it'll probably come out, after the season, that this was a little worse than they've let on.
Yeah.
But, so that'll be interesting to watch. It didn't seem to impact him at all last week.
No, it didn't. It didn't, but he didn't have to do a lot.
Drugs are good sometimes.
Yeah. He didn't have to do a lot. Like you said, the defense put him ahead early. Yep. I think the defense scored twice, didn't they? They had a really good showing last week. So he didn't have to do a lot. What's your confidence level if he goes down and Drew Lock comes in?
MIZ, baby. Drew Lock went to Missouri. I move all of my chips to the middle of the table.
Yeah, well,
Drew Lock is pretty good.
I don't disagree.
I'll tell you what. If Stafford goes down or Lock goes down, or Darnold goes down, which backup would you rather have?
Well, you got a good argument there, because I've always said Garoppolo.
I'll give you another one. I bet you the Broncos would love to have Drew Lock today.
Well, and see, I always thought he got a rough shake in Denver, because
he did.
They weren't very good at the time. The coaching staff was abominable, and they shipped him out of town without really much of an effort, and he got made a
David
backup.
Carr.
Yeah, hard right away.
David Carr is in my mind, one of the most tragic stories in the last 20 years in the NFL. Yeah. That guy had more talent, and he got steamrolled night after night after night until he just couldn't pull the trigger, right? He couldn't throw. He was running scared. And I would.
Yeah, 100%.
He was flat.
Yeah. Yeah, and he spent more time on his back than he did standing upright. Yeah.
Yeah, Drew Lock kind of had a similar experience in Denver in all of the things that you mentioned: coaching, scheme, personnel.
It was horrible. I liked him. I liked him coming out of college. Yeah. I thought he was going to be one of the better ones. I thought he was going to be the one that turned around the Denver program, but they just couldn't seem to get their act together around him.
No. They needed a full flushing of the system at that point.
And then they fire him out of town for Russell Wilson, and he got buried.
Oops.
Yeah. Yeah. They should have stuck with Drew Lock.
Russ didn't do well either.
No.
Fun fact: it's really hard to throw a football on your back
when you're running for your life. All right. So your picks today, I think, are Patriots and Seahawks, and I'm going to go with Patriots and Rams.
Yeah. Well, it was nice knowing you. I'm feuding words.
Friendship will be off.
I can't believe you're taking the Rams, man.
3:30 till about 8 p.m. Friendship's off, but we'll be okay afterwards. Bill.
Okay, yeah. Gloves are off. It'll
Yeah.
be the usual trash talking thread if we can get Tim out of the infirmary. But
Yeah.
yeah.
We'll throw some jabs in there. All right, let's talk about coaching, because there's been some movement in the coaching ranks.
Yeah, some surprising ones.
Wow, right? Stefanski went to the Falcons. Harbaugh's to the
I think that's a good
Giants.
hire. Good to see him escape
Yeah,
Cleveland.
yeah. I think so too. I really do. I know there's been jokes about, Falcons signing a coach that wasn't good enough for the Cleveland Browns, but I don't think Stefanski was the problem.
He's not the problem.
Yeah.
Let's go back to what we talked about earlier in the year. I believe the number is 44.
Yeah.
And that is the number of starting quarterbacks the Cleveland Browns have had since they became the Cleveland Browns in this iteration.
Yeah.
And the rest of the NFL is like on 15.
Yeah. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. I think the Falcons job is one of the more lucrative jobs out there, because you got Penix, you got Bijan Robinson, you got Drake London, you got Kyle Pitts, you got a big, strong defense. They picked up some good players last year in the draft. I think that the Falcons job is one of the more enticing ones.
Yeah, I agree. And they're well funded and supported. They've got great facilities. Like Matt Ryan coming in there as the president of football operations. That guy is as smart of a football guy as there is.
Yeah.
And so I think they're set up for success.
Yeah. I think so too. Now you flip over to the Giants, got Harbaugh, which I think crazy.
I don't know why. I really don't. I mean, unless he talked to somebody that thinks that Scadaboo and Dart are gonna be in the NFL in 5 years.
Yeah.
That one really is a head scratcher for me personally.
I think Dart needs some good guidance on when to slide and when to step out of bounds. He can't be the human pinwheel like he did this year and want to have a long career. Scadaboo as well. I mean, his biggest thing is running with toughness, but there comes a point where you got to be a bit more future conscious. I think
running back in the NFL, the shelf life is like 5 years.
Yes. Yeah.
So I could see Scadaboo kind of being the psycho that he is and being successful for 3-4 years.
Yeah.
He's had one knee now, right? So, but I just don't think you can't build a franchise on those two. And I'll admit it if I'm wrong next year, but
yeah,
I
think Dart's good. Scadaboo's a wild card, but I think they already knew that. They've got Tyrone Tracy, who's a good running back, good out of the backfield.
Yeah.
They got Malik Neighbors. They got that the tight end that they drafted this year, who came on hard. What's his name?
And they're not bad on the line, offensive line. I mean, there are worse offensive lines in the NFL.
Yeah, Theo Johnson.
They'll get to Johnson, right?
Yeah. So I think
maybe that's maybe Harbaugh is what the Giants team and culture needs.
So the big thing is they got a good defense, and I think that if they build off of that, Abdul Carter, Dexter Lawrence, Darius Alexander, Brian Burns, they've got a really good defense. And if they build defense first, keep themselves in games, get dark to cool it down and think about life tomorrow, and bring in some more.
I think the Giants
weapons.
still have to. They have to draft a quarterback. I think they, if not this year, next year. But if I were John Harbaugh, I think we talked about this before. Trinidad Chambliss would be a strong fit for me.
Yes. Yeah. I think so too. And I mean, he's going late day 2, early day 3 type thing. That's a great place to
spend a first round on him.
Yeah, and put those 2 boys in there to compete. And you got Jameis Winston still there to get as a mentor.
Yeah, and famous Jameis hasn't gotten his fair shake there. I don't think. I think he could still compete.
Yeah.
For that job. If somebody could just teach Jameis not to throw the ball to the other team, he'd be quite good.
Now, the rest of it's been coordinators. We haven't had any other head coach hirings, have we?
We did last night.
Oh.
Mike McCarthy goes to the Steelers.
That's correct. And
I did not have Mike McCarthy on my bingo card returning as a head coach. I thought he'd come back as an OC.
Yeah.
And that's another head scratcher for me.
And see, I can see that fit either working or blowing up disastrously. There's not going to be any middle ground.
There's not going to be a middle ground. I agree.
Yeah. And the Steelers offensively are in a rebuild. I mean, they don't really have a running back. Jalen Warren's a second running back on a team. He's not a star. He's not a primary. They have DK Metcalf, right? And they got Freiermuth, and they had another tight end in there.
Gainwell. Don't forget about Gainwell. I think he's a nice
great
flash.
Out of the backfield. Yeah. So they don't have an offensive identity. And I think this is where McCarthy can come in, and if he's got 3 years to work with this and some say over the personnel that they bring in, I think he can turn around that offense. The Pittsburgh defense is always going to be their cornerstone, though. They're going to keep teams below 24 points.
Yeah, I want to see who he hires as an OC.
Yep.
I think that. Yes, the Pittsburgh Steelers have had a historically strong defensive culture under Mike Tomlin especially, right? I don't know if that carries forward with McCarthy.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to need a defensive coordinator that is super strong.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I want to see this settle out.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so too. I have to agree with you there. It'd be interesting. So another interesting topic is, Mike McDaniel, ex-head coach of the Miami Dolphins, agreed to be the OC for the Chargers if he didn't get a head coaching job, and interviewed for a head coach with Buffalo. After that interview, he pulled out of head coach at Buffalo and turned down Cleveland for a head coach interview and said he was sticking with being the OC of the Chargers. So I think I'm a happy Matt about that. I
agree. That's a great get by Harbaugh.
Yeah.
And I think that's a really good place for Mike McDaniel.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect match.
Well, he's got some offensive style there that I think will fit with our personnel nicely. And I say our like I'm on part of the team, but I really am. I think he'll be able to work with Herbert. He'll be able to work with the receivers to scheme up some plays that get them open. I think the return of the 2 tackles, the 2 towers next year.
Yeah, I mean, look, the Chargers just fought injuries all year long.
Yeah.
They get those kids back in the front line.
Yeah.
They get McDaniel is creative. I think they're going to be a real threat next year.
Yeah, I think so too. I like that. And then
also Robert Saleh
yeah.
went to the Titans, right?
Yes.
So I think that's a good get for them. It's a big loss for the 49ers, I think.
Huge. When he left to go to the Jets 2 years back, I think it was.
Right.
You noticed the downgrade on defense on the 49ers. Yeah. He came back.
And when he came back this year, they were way up.
Yeah.
So Kyle Shanahan's got some work to do, and I don't mind seeing that.
Yeah. Yeah. The interesting one that I've been reading is that interviewing for head coach of the Buffalo Bills is none other than Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, so the Orange van didn't capture him. They missed him. He got out of Indianapolis. And, he goes to Buffalo and interviews for a head coaching job. Look, I mean, the guy's got a football IQ off the charts.
Yes. Yeah.
He's got 10 kids to pay for.
Yep.
He needs a better job than a high school football coach.
Yes.
So why not?
Well, has it ever happened before that in season the quarterback gets hurt and the head coach puts on gear and goes out there and starts playing? Because I can see that happening.
I'm sure it happened in like the 40s or 50s, right? Like there had to be a player coach somewhere.
Yeah, there had to be one.
Some guy named Duke, or some sort of Ralph. Just somebody with a 40s and 50s first name that was like really tough rock.
Yeah.
Probably put on the pads.
Yeah. So.
No, I think Phillip caught lightning in a bottle with a good friend in Shane Steichen.
Yeah.
He already knew the offense, so that's why you saw Phillip Rivers probably the best chance for the Colts to do anything was to bring him in. He wasn't bad, but he was also immobile. He was immobile for the last 3 or 4 years of his career.
Yeah, he was never a big runner. So.
Well, yeah, but I mean, there's a difference between not a big runner and a statue.
Yeah.
And Phillip Rivers was pretty close to a statue. He kind of looked like at the end of Ben Roethlisberger's career after he had all the ankle injuries and the Achilles. He'd come out with basically tape that looked like white army boots.
Yeah.
Because he just couldn't stand up, right?
Yeah.
And so, Phillip was done. He helped out. I think he'd be a hell of a coach.
I think so, too. I mean, he's, like you said, football IQ's off the charts. He was, the assistant coach as well as the quarterback with Steichen there in Indianapolis.
Yep.
He works well with the young guys. He's got a lot of respect in the league. He's accomplished quite a bit in his career, and he's willing. It's easy to be a leader, or I guess a leader standing behind and telling people where to go. But he's that leader that gets out in front and says, "Follow me," and people buy into that a lot more than and I think that's going to be something that's huge. I'm not sure of his relationship with Josh Allen, but I can't see them not getting along, and that's what they have to do. Now, Tim threw out in our group chat that he wanted to talk about the Buffalo receiver massacre. And I don't know if he's planning on putting a hit out on the Buffalo Bills receivers because of how badly they played in that last game or what. But I think they don't.
Well, it might be fair.
Yeah, true enough. I mean, come on, Cooks, hold on to the ball. they don't have a very good receiving core. Keon Coleman
No.
had a lot of dropsies this year. Brandon Cooks came in late and kind of gave it a bit of life. Kahil Shakir wasn't horrible, but after that, you drop right off. And a lot of injuries. Gabe Davis and Josh Palmer, who are serviceable journeymen, are both injured. So they didn't have a lot there. I think if the
Didn't
Bills,
their tight end Knox spend some time injured as well this year?
yeah. So they only had Kincaid, and when Knox came back, Kincaid was all banged up because he was the only one able. And the teams were double teaming Kincaid because last year he was just blowing things up, right? So I think Buffalo, if they want to be competitive, have to spend some time and money on their receiver room. I mean, it's just, if they want to get further,
And they've got to do it now.
Yeah.
Like it could be worth a first-round pick.
Yeah.
It could be worth a high free agent signing.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly who's free right now or, in the spring. That would qualify for that.
Well,
But they've got to do something because Josh Allen is really at his peak.
Yes.
Right. Like he's getting into that 27 to 31 where you're as good as you are going to be in the NFL as a quarterback.
Yeah. I mean, you've got some unrestricted in Romeo Dobbs, Mike Evans, Juwan Jennings, Christian Kirk, Alex Pierce.
I think Jennings is interesting in that group.
Alex Pierce, I think very
Mike
interesting.
Evans. Yeah. I think Mike Evans would be a little old for a big contract. Maybe bring him in on a 1-year prove it.
Yeah.
Because he didn't play badly last year.
Yeah.
But he has been just susceptible to getting hurt.
You got the cut candidates. Brandon Ayuk's played his last game as a 49er. Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
Those are two head case problems that you don't
Both
really
of those
need.
guys are intriguing.
Yeah.
I think Tyreek Hill still has some football left.
Yes.
And if you get Philip Rivers as a head coach, that might be a good place for Tyreek to go play some football.
Mm-hmm.
A
trade for AJ
Brandon
Brown.
Ayuk is a wild card.
I know.
He should be still really good.
Yeah. Hasn't played in 2 years, though.
Right.
So that's going to be interesting. And I mean, I don't even know if he's been training because he was hurt for the first year of it. And the second year, he was pouting. So,
My understanding is he has trained.
Yeah.
He kept himself ready to play this year, at least from what I've read.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, if he could make a lot of money if he shows up in a camp or, kind of redoes a pro day kind of thing.
Yeah. Now, a trade for AJ Brown. He's not happy in Philly, and that's
that's a good thought.
Yeah. The other one's Quentin Johnson out of LA, the Chargers.
Yeah.
Or Xavier Legette from the Panthers. He didn't really do much there. There's some good trade. Jalen Waddle. So
that's an interesting one too.
This one strikes me. Brian Thomas Jr. Because the Jaguars, they lost the wild card round. He didn't really do anything. He doesn't really fit into Liam Cohen's offense, right? And you got Jacoby Myers, Parker Washington, Travis Etienne, Brenton Strange that are all very physical players, but Brian Thomas Jr. is more of that elite player. So I don't know. He might be a good one there.
Yeah, I think there are plenty of good options.
Yeah.
They need somebody though that can go over the middle and get a ball.
Yep.
and somebody that can stretch the defense.
Yes.
And I know that's like saying water is wet, but I mean, they need those two things bad. Josh Allen can throw the ball from Buffalo to New York City.
Yes.
I mean, so he can throw it as deep as you want to throw it, and pretty accurate, not just chuck it. I think somebody stretching the defense, in my eyes, would be would change the Bills' complexion.
I think so
right
too.
Now, there's nobody there that could stretch the defense.
I think they need both those things. They need someone that can go over the middle and somebody can. Yeah. And they can't settle for one or the other. They've got to get both this year because what they have there won't do it. So.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Right on. All right. We got any other football to talk about?
Here's the ideal outcome today for Seahawks versus Rams. And just, go with me on this one. I don't want the Rams to score a touchdown.
Right.
Let's just be clear. They can get 4 field goals from a thicker kicker who is from Mizzou. And Sam Darnold, unfortunately, goes down with an infected hangnail. And Drew Lock throws for 4 touchdown passes. And the Seahawks win going away. So that would be the ideal outcome for me.
Is what you had dreams
that
about
or
last
any
night?
Seahawks win.
Or any Seahawks win. Okay.
One of those two.
One of those two. I gotcha. So I just want to see an LA team in there. That's all I want to see, an LA team at the Super Bowl.
Yeah, that's going to be a no for me, dog. Especially the Rams. I know. I could get behind the Chargers.
Yeah.
But I've got personal, real wrath of God, dogs and cats living together problems with the LA Rams.
Now, were you still in St. Louis when they left and went back to LA?
So I left in 2007.
Right.
And as we've joked, as the wheels went up on the airplane, we became Seahawks fans.
And when did they go back to
left,
LA?
I believe, in 2008 or 9.
Right.
It was about a year and a half somewhere around that. I should know this, but I've tried to block out years of therapy to try to block some of these bad things out of my brain.
Yeah.
But it was already apparent that Stan Kroenke was driving the franchise into the ground.
Right.
So that he could move them.
Yeah.
Right. Which, by the way, there's a beautiful dome stadium in St. Louis that is still, I think, getting close to paid off.
Right.
Not quite sure, but I think it's close now. And, is a wonderful home for the St. Louis Battlehawks.
Is that?
Of the UFL.
Oh, okay.
Who's their Ricky Prohl is their head football coach.
Okay.
After Anthony Becht has been their coach for the last 3 or 4 years or whatever, 3 years. He just left to take an OC job in the NFL. Or I can't remember what he left for. There was an OC job someplace.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so, the Chiefs could have moved to St. Louis.
Yeah.
They've got to, they're going to have to build a $1.4 billion stadium, $1.6 billion stadium in the middle of nowhere in Kansas.
Yeah.
They could have just moved down I-70 4 hours and St. Louis Chiefs. But
the
only city in North America.
right?
I'm sorry.
Kansas City is in Missouri too, isn't it?
So it's actually both.
Yes.
And currently the team plays a little bit east of Kansas City, out near Independence, Missouri. And that's where they built the Truman Sports Complex, where Royal Stadium or Kauffman Stadium
Yeah.
and Arrowhead are in the same place.
Right.
And it's perfect for the fans because the parking is plentiful. It's flat. It has amazing tailgate space.
Right.
It's just that it's 50 years old.
Right. Yeah.
And, that's not cool. So they're going to have to. Missouri said we don't want to subsidize a stadium.
Yeah.
And Kansas said, here's a large check. So, they're going 35 minutes west of where they are. And that'll be in Kansas.
Just over the line into Kansas. So they're not very far.
Yeah.
Not a very big difference from where they were before.
Yeah, the only difference is it's a lot harder to get to where they're putting the stadium than right off of I-70.
Right.
Where it was super simple to take the 15-minute drive if you were in downtown Kansas City.
Right.
It was a 15-minute drive east, right off the highway. It was perfect.
Gotcha.
This one they're kind of burying off a little bit, but
it's
Kansas. Roads are cheap, so they don't care.
Land is plentiful.
All you're doing is taking out yet another cornfield.
Yeah, right.
So it really doesn't matter.
Yeah. Okay. Right on. Right on. All right. What else we got to talk about today? Baseball? Kyle Tucker? Come on.
Wow.
Come on.
You overpaid.
100%. And I mean, I'm not upset about it because it is a short contract with a lot of outs for both sides. So,
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we overpaid to get him to come, but we don't have to keep him and he doesn't have to stay.
Well, nobody's going to take it.
Yeah.
Like, you're stuck for the 3 years.
Is it three that we're stuck? I think he's got an out after 2.
Yeah, that's right. So you're stuck for the 2 years.
Yeah.
And
And
$135 million
yeah.
in 2 players in the outfield, or not even in the outfield. Sorry.
Yeah. Designate hitter. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot. It's a lot. And I think,
That's a lot.
They say the writing's on the wall. There's going to be a lockout in 2027. There's going to be a salary cap. There's going to be a salary floor. Things are going to have to change. And they are. And I think the Dodgers, knowing that, are
Yeah, that's 100%.
yeah,
They
eggs in
just
one basket.
said, fine, we'll just push our chips in the table, and we can come up with the money, so we'll do it.
Get a 3-peat
I
under
am
the
worried
belt.
about, though, the big thing in impacting most MLB teams, including my beloved St. Louis Cardinals,
Yeah.
is the fact that the regional sports networks have collapsed
Yes.
under the weight of one company here in the States.
ESPN.
And they have MLB is going to be broadcasting 17, I guess, of the teams roughly this year because what was formerly Diamond Sports Media, formerly Fox Sports Media, now currently called Main Street Sports, has been in bankruptcy reorganization since October.
Right.
They're not going to make it out. And so, as an example, the St. Louis Cardinals are now on the basically out about, I want to say 80 million, somewhere around there. Main Street missed their last payment to the Cardinals.
Oh, okay.
And that's what forced the Cardinals to go to at basically MLB running their broadcasts.
Yeah.
So it is that TV money in many of the markets has just gone poof.
Yeah.
And that's one of the reasons why. And it's not just minor. It's Houston, Atlanta,
Yeah.
St. Louis. I mean, these aren't traditionally low spending teams that are getting impacted.
Right.
It's not the Pittsburghs, it's not the Tampa, although Tampa was impacted, but that's what concerns me more immediately before the 2027 stop is you could see MLB having to fork out a lot of cash to keep some of these teams whole between now and that lockout. So the economics have to change.
They do.
It's
and
not
I mean,
going to survive.
And I think on all levels, because it's funny that you say that, because I'm booking my spring break vacation right now. My wife's off on spring break, and one of the ideas was a cruise out of LA down into Mexico, do a cruise, and ended up with one night in LA, get back off the cruise early in the morning and fly out the next day.
Yeah.
So we had an evening. So I looked up who are the Dodgers playing. Beginning of the season, Arizona Diamondbacks, right? Who are not a good team. The Arizona Diamondbacks are a bottom feeder team. In the bleachers of right field was $200 a seat.
Yeah.
The economics does not work out for me to spend $400 to go watch a baseball game.
No,
right?
no.
It's crazy. We went
Not the bleachers.
No, but in 2004, I sat along the first base line, to watch the Dodgers and the San Francisco Giants in the last 3 games of the season to determine who was going to win the National League West, and I didn't spend $200 for 3 games. That's 20 years ago.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know?
So,
I mean,
but I will say this, right? Like, I went to a Mariners game last year. 4 days before, got a bleacher seat for $32.
Really?
Yeah, and went and had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that there are certain teams that can charge $200 for bleacher seats.
Right.
But the majority of teams in MLB don't.
Yeah.
Now, that same seat, the 20 years ago, was probably $10. So the rate of increase has gone up somewhat. But I just think that shows you the impact of a $400 million payroll.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there's that there. But
you have to pay for those players somehow.
But you can't buy tickets. Like when I went before, I bought tickets through the Dodgers, right? Through the Dodgers tickets.
Yeah.
Now you have to go through a third party, and it's a reseller.
Yeah, that's welcome to ticketing in the United States.
It's horrible. It's horrible.
That's a whole separate thing about Ticketmaster. Live Nation has just strangled.
Yeah.
Music, sports.
Yeah.
In the U.S., they run as an unchecked monopoly.
Yeah, and I think the greed is.
They complain about the ticket brokers buying up all the tickets.
Yeah.
And then reselling them as well. So. It's no fun.
It's a broken model. Entertainment is a broken model that if you want to do something, you got to be willing to pay for it. And a lot of people are choosing not to, or making it a one-time deal. We spent $200 a seat to go watch the Chargers play the Steelers on Sunday Night Football. I won't do that again. I won't
No.
because it's not worth it in my opinion. So,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a much better seat here.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
100%. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah. And yeah. So, that's kind of where I'm at.
So, yeah, I think baseball, it's going to be a rough season economically for a lot of teams.
Yes.
You're seeing stars getting picked from places like Milwaukee, Tampa, the usual suspects a little bit. And so it'll be a case of the haves and the have-nots probably this year.
Yes.
I think Philadelphia, if they get healthy, is going to be a real strong challenge in the East,
Yep.
in the National League. I think the Jays look good. Tim's not here, so I'm going to say this out loud, but getting rid of Bo Bichette is an upgrade.
Yes. I think so too.
It really
I really
is.
do. Yeah. Yeah.
And they've done really well pitching wise. I think their defense is better.
Yeah.
So I think why not them in the
Yeah.
American League?
I mean, you're always going to have the Yankees. I love the Mariners. I think the Mariners are doing some good things.
Mariners look good.
Really good. Houston fallen off. They were okay, but they may have fallen off a little
Yeah,
bit.
Houston's rebuilding.
Yeah.
They really
Cleveland.
are. They've moved on from Bergman. They've moved on from several people there. I think
Yeah.
Altuve is the only guy that's still there from the glory, whack the trash can days.
Yeah. So
So, they're definitely rebuilding. The Cubs, they've gotten better
yeah.
this year.
They have.
I think the
Yeah.
Brewers have gotten worse.
Yeah.
Cardinals are in a full rebuild, for sure. Chaim Bloom has come on board to run the ball club after Mozeliak, and he's already, flushed out a bunch of, Hail Mary attempts to try to keep the Cardinals relevant. They did sign Dustin May. I think that's a good signing.
Yeah. Good picture there.
Also interesting, the Cardinals have formalized Yadier Molina's role in the organization going forward.
Oh, okay.
And I don't know if you followed his managerial prowess after baseball, but all he's done is won.
Oh, really? Yeah.
He went to Puerto Rico, and he won their major minor league championship twice.
Right.
He went to Venezuela. He won their major league title and was named manager of the year. And he also managed Puerto Rico in the last World Baseball Classic, and they
Right. Oh, okay. Did they win?
and yeah,
Okay.
they beat Japan with him.
Okay. Yeah, I couldn't remember who won that one. Yeah, I knew Japan was in it.
Yeah, and so he now is not just like a part-time special advisor. He's going to work full-time for the Cardinals this year.
Oh, nice.
And I truly think if Ollie Marmol sneezes,
Yeah.
Yadier Molina is going to be the manager of the Cardinals. And that will make a lot of people happy, including the person with two thumbs here in Everett, Washington.
Nice. Right on. Right on. All right. Well, we've been
Because
good at
catchers
it.
make the best managers.
I agree.
Catchers are
I
the best
agree.
managers.
They see the game from a different angle. That's for sure.
Yep.
Well, we've been going on about sports for about an hour here, Bill. So we're going to wrap it
Yeah.
up today. I appreciate you
Go
being
Hawks.
here. Can't say it. Sorry. I
Yeah,
almost tried
come
for
on,
you
man.
there. I almost tried for you.
Come on.
No, it'd be
You got this.
a cool day
Matt,
before
you're good
I
enough,
root for them.
you're smart enough, and gosh darn it, people like it. So come on, you can
Childhood
say go
trauma.
Hawks.
childhood trauma refuses
that's
to
fair.
allow me
That's
to cheer
fair.
for the Hawks. So
That's fair. You watched a lot of Jim Zorn passes fall to the ground. I get it.
it's so bad. It's so bad. And
right,
they're one of
well,
those teams that
hey,
give you a little bit of hope, and then they just snatch it away. Yeah,
Snatch it away.
right.
Well, they're
So,
not going to do that today.
next weekend, we'll get back together. We'll discuss the games today, talk about the Super Bowl,
Sounds good.
and go from there.
Sounds good. Same bat time.
Same bad
Same
channel.
bat channel.
Have a good one, Bill.
Tim, get better.
Yes, we
And,
need him here.
We'll see how it goes.
We don't have as much comic relief without Tim here, so we need him back.
We don't. That is true.
There you go. All right, so wrapping it up is Off Topic with Tim and Matt and Bill. Without Tim today, just Matt and Bill. Like, subscribe, comment. Come back next
Yes.
week. We'll do this again. Have a good
All
day,
right.
guys. Bye,
Take
Bill.
care.